Hi there, welcome to my studio. This is just a short video to show you how to get one of these up and running. It's a Steinberg Houston control surface designed to work with Cubase. I've got Cubase Artist 6 for the project open here. I'm just showing you how to get the whole thing connected up and running so you can use the functionality of the Houston control surface, or mission controller as they call it, with Cubase. Just so you can see what else I'm using. Tunnel reveal monitors there. There's my laptop. Here's my rack. Right at the top there's an Untitled UA25. I'm actually using the MIDI inputs and outputs in that to connect the Houston control surface up to. All the audio comes out of the Moto 896 HD. Below that there's various guitar bits and pieces, and then at the bottom I've just got a Samsung power amp that powers the monitors. Okay, so let's get back to the control surface. That's what we're here for. Right, so you see at the moment I've got it completely unconnected and switched off, so let's just switch it on. Power switch at the back, and if you look here you can see there's your MIDI in and outs. I've got them colour coded so I know at the other end which is which. So the MIDI in goes to the MIDI out in the UA25, and the MIDI out of the Houston goes to the MIDI in the UA25, and that gives you like a MIDI loop, if you like. Okay, so it's switched on and it comes up with Steinberg Houston VST Studio Controller. I've got everything set flat so you can see what happens when it's all connected. I'll just show you how to connect it from here. Okay. So within Cubase you need to go to Devices, Device Setup at the bottom there. On the left hand side you'll see a plus button. Click on the plus button, and if you scroll down there you'll see Steinberg Houston. Click on that and there you go. Okay, I'll just take it off again so you can actually see what happens on the device itself when it's connected. So this is unconnected. We just set everything flat. And then if I connect it up, everything just comes into play. Okay, so you can see on here that's the UA25, but you could change your MIDI inputs if you wanted to. You see I've got an impulse keyboard connected as well, so you could feasibly go through that. But I know this works, so we'll leave it with that. Okay, click on OK. Okay, so that's our project. What I'm going to do is bring up Devices Mixer, so you can see the mixer. Let's just get the sizes of this so it all kind of makes a bit more sense. It's easy to see. Okay, we'll just stick it on the meters view for now. Okay, so you can see there's a number of tracks in this project. This is a project I recorded with my band about 20 years ago. I got digitised recently and I've just been playing around with it in my studio, which has been good fun. But you can see we've got live drums on here, so we've got bass drums, 2 bass drum tracks, a snare track, toms, ride, overheads, hats, then we've got the bass, DI, a bass mic. There's an intro bit which is just me doing some weird feedback on the guitar, some different rhythm guitar tracks, some cleaner guitar tracks, guitar solo tracks, lead vocals in the verse, lead vocals in the chorus. Originally these were all one track and I split them up. They're just easier, gives you a bit more control. Backing vocal tracks, and then some group tracks at the end there, and the effects tracks and various bits and pieces. So the actual unit itself, you can get things going. So if we just click on go, see what happens. That should actually make things work. You can see that whirring away. That's the intro. Overall volume I can control here. While I'm doing this, you can see the fader there. So we've got various things here, so we can sort of mute things, so I'm going to mute the bass drums. we go. Solo. That's with the snares. Okay, now we've got various groups here. So that's the first 8 tracks. The next 8 tracks, you just click on that button there, and that will take it across. So you can see the fade is changing. You go through the tracks. Okay, so let's just move the bass. You hear that? Guitars on the left, guitars on the right. Set that track to go on there. There you go. So you can make that louder. So the guitar's getting louder. Turn the guitars out. Solo next.
Now say goodbye, 'cause I've discovered what I need to get the best of me. I'm slowing right down to my own speed. I suffer fatigue. I've discovered what I need to get the best of me. I'm slowing right down to my own speed. I suffer fatigue.
Playing with it really.
But now what I taste is sweet. I climbed up off my knees onto my feet.
Down a bit. Okay, so you can see on here we've got normal instruments groups. So instruments is for any VST instrument tracks. That works if you set instruments up the old-fashioned way, with I think Cubase 4 onwards is the dedicated instrument tracks, so they would actually fit in there. Groups is for group tracks, that would just control all the group tracks. So you can see here I've got a guitar track there with all the guitars on, so I can pull all the guitars out, pull everything out, just all the vocals. Just makes mixing a little bit easier. Okay, and then all the output buses as well. I've only got one stereo output bus there. Okay, then you can stop it. There's a little jog wheel so you can go back a little bit. Like that. So you can record and various other things. There's quite a lot of functionality in this. Another useful thing, if you just go to Google Steinberg Houston, you'll see third down there's a PDF user guide, so you can actually download the user guide, and it's got everything in there. So this is just like a very high level overview. I'm by no means an expert. Main reason I'm selling it is, generally speaking, I do use it, but I'm finding that actually when I'm recording I tend to use the mouse more, so when I start mixing I'm sort of in that mode. So generally speaking it's had some use, but I'm just as comfortable using the mouse and a keyboard as I am using the control surface, so just trying to create some space really. Okay, so that's the Steinberg Houston in a nutshell. That's for sale on eBay. Let's go and take a look. Cheers.